Good afternoon, Nick. How are you today? Apologies, let me quickly get our slides up. Please let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Let me pause my computer. Okay. Okay, you can hear me. Perfect. All right. So, apologies for last week. We were unable to catch each other, right? So, what we've done this week is combine your week 3 and week 4 together. I hope the feedback from my earphones are not so it's not so bad. But we'll be combining your week 3 and your week 4 together, and let's see where we go from there. I was saying to the class yesterday, and that number one, if your assignments and your projects and everything are not completed, you're not going to move on to the next stage of this bootcamp, which is from next month, where we're going to start with portfolio building and setting up your online presence and selling yourself. Because, like we keep saying, discipline is the number one thing that we're trying to teach here. So we need to make sure that everybody has the assignments done, the sheets are updated, and everything is up to date and up to par before we can say, okay, you're good to go, right? So please, let's try as much as we can. If you don't attend accountability calls, you need to send a report of the conversation you should have had in the accountability call to Sharon or myself or even to the group. Then number two, try to get your projects done, get your assignments done. Try to get everything up to date, and your sheet as well should be updated, right? Because all these things will be checked by Friday, which is the last day for you have almost finished your certification courses because you're going to need those for your portfolio as well, right? So yeah, I'm sorry, my slides are still processing, but let me just start talking. So today we're going to be talking about help desk tools. The word help desk is self-explanatory. It's basically customer support, which is what you do, and help desk is uh, how you're able to assist clients, right, with what they need. So the first thing we're going to talk about is okay, yeah, my slides are off, thank God. All right, so help desk tools. So we're going to be talking about some of these help desk tools that you can use to help our clients with inquiries, with um, technical issues and whatnot. So the first one we want to talk about is Zendesk, and we have Zendesk, we have apologies, we have Zendesk, we have Freshdesk, we have Salesforce, and they focus on ticketing and query management, automation and workflow, multi-channel support, and reporting and analytics. So let's go step by step. So Zendesk is a cloud-based help desk software that provides a suite of tools for managing customer support tickets. So tickets, I'm sure you've seen tickets when there are certain platforms you be on, like a hosting platform or a web design platform, and you have issues, especially when there are technical issues, you have to create tickets, right? So Zendesk is a cloud-based desktop software that helps you manage these different support tickets, right? So the key features, number one, we have the ticketing system, which helps you organize and track customer issues. In fact, I think we should share our screen so that we can walk around with it as we're talking, right? Okay, let's check out Zendesk. So Zendesk is not free, but let's see how we can run around or just go around um, the features quickly before we move on to the next one. So you need a professional email, I think. Okay. So I'm just doing a basic registration. So I think I get a trial period so we can actually see how everything goes. Okay, so now you have to verify your email. Let me quickly open my Gmail and verify. Oh, it's not here yet. I guess we'll come back to that. Okay, so you should also check our spam folder. Okay, it's here. All right, so verify your account. Okay, so we're on the free trial, so we have the opportunity to actually look at all the features and all, right? So let's see. Come on now, can we not do this later? Okay, so support website is then support number. That's the that's the support phone number people can call if they have any issues. Right. So this is what the card is like. Now we have an auto response, which automatically sends emails to people when they raise the ticket. So you see here we have appreciate you reaching out. You can expect to hear from us between 2 to 3 business days. Depends on how long your business takes. Some businesses now it might not be business days, it might be hours, right? So you get to edit it. So maybe 2 to 3 business days is too long. So let's say 2 to 3 hours today and probably say hi. Thanks for your tickets. We appreciate you reaching out and give it virtual back to you in 2 to 3 hours. So now this is for your team. You don't need this. Skip this. So we're going to use Gmail as a connector, which you can use to create tickets for up to 50 emails. So let's go on. We give email. We have to go to Gmail and tell and give it the permission to do that, so that the emails that you're receiving and sending are automatically coming to your email address. So let's quickly do that. So we're going to set it as the primary. So once you give it all these permissions, then it's okay. So now this is our Zendesk dashboard. Okay. Okay. So they want us to connect another email. So let's quickly do that before we move on. So the good thing about all these apps and platforms and tools is they have guides or tutorials that you can use to move around, right? But what I just want to do is show you the main features that I talked about, and then we can move on to the next thing. My internet has been usually taking its time. Let's go back to the class today. Come back to this later. Okay, so let me put my slides back on the. So we have Zendesk, we have Freshdesk, we have Salesforce. I always recommend Zendesk. You can also check out the other ones anyway. You get anyone you prefer. All right. So next here we have how to use or what to use Zendesk for when you're doing support. The first one we have there is to create tickets. I already explained that. It's used to organize and track the client tickets, right? Then secondly, self-service options. So like I said, there's a guide, there's a knowledge base where customers can go to solve common problems themselves. It shows them or helps them with that. Let's see if this has worked now. Okay, I think it's worked. To help them with that and also to save you time, right? Then analysis is basically to see the team performance, to check if the customers were satisfied for every support or tickets that you were able to help them do and whatnot, right? Just a second. Anyway, for this, instead of this to take our time, we'll just move on, right? So, for ticketing system, automation, workflow management, all these help you to work efficiently and satisfy your customers. Your project for this week 3 and 4 is actually to get someone or somebody else on the bootcamp or on yes now we must work up bootcamp, which has the person have the person join your Zendesk and ask you for support to raise a ticket for support, and you have to effectively help the person, not just one person, two people, right? So that's basically your first assignment with this. We're still expecting the old one, so but yeah. So now it also helps you with a multi-channel support. Like if you notice, we connected our email address. There are also third-party apps that you can use for live chat. right? So you download the app, you link it to Zendesk, and then from your phone, you when the person comes on live chat, you can reply the person on live chat immediately. Then phone support, the reason your phone number is there is so people can also call if they want phone support. Or you can also call people when you want to offer them phone support, right? All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is customer experience and satisfaction. But before I go there, let's check on our Zendesk and see if it's working now. Okay, I think I'll share that later. All right, so imagine a customer sends an email about an issue with their order, right? What Zendesk does is that Zendesk automatically creates the support ticket. So the person doesn't even have to create a support ticket. It automatically creates support tickets. And then if you notice there was a part where you had to invite a member. So let's say you're working in support, there's another three people working with you in support. So what Zendesk does, it automatically creates the support, the ticket, and then it also automatically assigns it to the relevant team member. So if your support, I mean, the person needs support, comes to you, the person needs a social media advice, person needs to talk to the delivery people. In fact, anybody that you added there, Zendesk automatically sends the customer problems to the person that is relevant, right? Another thing it does is also notifies you of the urgency. So when that message automatically goes out that you'll get back to them in 2 to 3 hours, Zendex now reaches out to you as a support agent and tells you that you have 2 hours or you have 1 hour to reach out to this client because the client said that the support they need is priority, right? So it's important that you check your messages regularly so you can know when something is important, right? Now, Fresh Desk, which is the other one we talked about, is another popular help desk tool, and it helps you focus on customer service excellence. It also helps with ticketing, and another thing it does is that it does team collaboration, where multiple agents or staff can work together on a ticket. These are used for more advanced or more technical issues. Thirdly, it also integrates multi-channel like email, phone, and live chat, just like Zendesk. And so I said you can check Zendesk out, you can check Freshdesk out, and see which one works best for you. Okay, so let's give detailed examples of everything. So I'm sure that you understand everything I've been saying so far. So the first tool is the ticketing and query management. And this helps to provide a streamlined process for you to use to manage your customer queries, right? Each incoming customer issues, it gets assigned to a particular staff. It's also assigned a unique ticket number so you can track it easily. All these happen automatically. Secondly, automation and workflow. It sets us workflow to automate responses. So if a particular question has come more than once, it adds it as an automatic question. So when you get that question comes up again, it automatically helps that person out and you don't have to come, right? And then ticket routing issues, also with escalating issues to other bodies. So if it's something that you cannot do and you want probably to reach out to the technical team, you can escalate it to them. Then the multi-channel support, like I already talked about, where you can um, sorry, where you can link your phone, link your email, link your live chat, whatnot, and then reporting. So I am sending your first practice task on the group like we usually do. And let's try to get that as soon as possible. Okay. Moving on to customer experience and satisfaction. Sorry, I'm still trying to send the assignment on the group. Because if I don't do it like this, I usually forget. So it's always better to just send it. So I need a second. And I hope you're with me. Okay. All right, that is done. Okay, so moving on to customer experience and satisfaction. Um, CX is customer experience. That's a short form for customer experience in case you see it maybe in interviews or when you're talking to clients in the future, right? So CX is the entire journey of a customer with a brand. Okay, it is how you treat the customer, how they feel at the end of the support. That's why at the end of every support, they always send them like a survey form and ask them, did were you satisfied? Did the support agent did he answer your questions correctly and all that, right? So customer experience is very important because it puts you in a position where you're the ambassador of that brand to that customer. Okay. So it's a very important that customer experience is good because it increases brand loyalty. The people want to come back because they were treated nice. There's also a higher retention because they know that they can trust you to always help them out. So higher retention, lifetime value, most of the things that you teach people or help them do, they know how to do it for life, right? So even if they get a new computer or they move to a new state, you've given them a new knowledge, right? And then there's also stronger word of mouth marketing because when a business has a good support, a good customer support, and customers come, they have issues because everybody will have issues eventually. They have issues, and then you make them feel good, you make them feel welcome, you solve their problem in like 0 hours. You don't have to tell them to tell the next person, right? Because, okay, let me give you a typical example. I used to have a client, right? And she did not like to do anything herself. So we had somebody that was willing to log into her account, do her content, do everything himself. And it was really, she really liked it that she did not have to make it do any thinking. She just had to pay money and everything would be done. And that was the idea she started giving to her friends and her colleagues. We did not ask her to advertise for us. But the thing about word of mouth is when you give people value, they do the advertising for you without you asking them to, right? So, how do we measure customer satisfaction? Number one, we have the customer satisfaction score. Now, we also have the net promoter score. And finally, we have the post purchase surveys and feedback forms. So let's start with the last one. So, like I said, the post purchase survey or feedback forms are forms that are sent to customers after they have after they have had the conversation with you, and the you can ask them questions like, "Oh, did you enjoy this experience? Was your was your issue what's the word? Was your issue solved? What do you think about the customer support person that helped you? Was the person nice? Was the person smart? Did the person respond on time? And all that, right? So those are questions they're going to ask. And then the customer will now tick yes, no, yes, no. And then your boss or your employer will use it to calculate your work, right? That's another thing about Zendesk actually, because when you use Zendesk, it logs the time or logs in how fast you were able to close that conversation, right? So let's say someone messages you and you're like, let me get back to you, and then you forget. And then the ticket is open for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, right? and then another person still does the same thing, talk to the same person, and then in like 3 to 4 minutes, the ticket is closed. Definitely, when you're having your reporting at the end of the month, you're going to have queries as opposed to the other person, right? So that's it about the feedback forms. They are basically forms that are sent to the customer to know how the support was. Now, the middle one here, which is Net Promoter NPS. So this measures customer loyalty. Okay, it measures customer loyalty and also the likelihood of that customer to recommend your company to another person. Okay, so basically what it does is reflects the overall brand perception. How do you see this brand? It's not the remember the form was how was the support? Did you enjoy it? Were your problem solved? But the Net Promoter Score is used to measure the brand perception of the customer or the customer's enthusiasm if they were happy at the end. So how it is measured, the customers respond to a single question, right? And the question is going to be something like, on a scale of 1 to 10 or a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend us to a friend or a family member or a colleague? And the person will now tap what they want. So we know that people that say 0 to 6 are unhappy, right? And they may actually damage your brand with word of mouth or with negative feedback. The people that are 7 to 8, we call them passives, and these are people that are satisfied, but they're not particularly happy, right? Maybe you took too long, or the process was just too long or too confusing for them. So there's a likelihood that that person might actually move on to another brand. While the promoters, which are people that tap on 9 or 10 on the scale, are people that we call loyal enthusiasts who are likely to recommend to another person or likely to buy from you again, right? So there's how this is measured when you're, having your queries and all. I think there's is NPS equals to percentage of promoters minus percentage of detractors. Remember, detractors are people that are unhappy. Passives are the people that are in the middle, and then the promoters are the people that were very, very happy. So the formula is NPS equals percentage of promoters minus percentage of detractors. So let's say you in a month, you as Nicholas, you talk to 15 people, right? And of those 15 people, maybe 8 are promoters, 5 are passives, and 3 are detractors. They would use that formula to calculate your progress to see if you're doing a good job or you're not doing a good job. Okay. It is usually useful to understand the overall customer loyalty of your customer audience, right? And also to identify people who are not happy or satisfied. So your team can reach out to them maybe with discount codes or with promo codes, all that just to make them happy and increase brand loyalty. And then the first one there is the CSAT, which is um, also another metric used to measure or calculate the different aspects of customer experience. And so CSAT is used to calculate the product. Okay. So when the product, somebody buys a product or a service, you go back to them and you ask them how satisfied are you with your current purchase or your recent experience with our product. And the customers are usually asked to rate their satisfaction of the product, probably 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, just like we did with the last one, right? And so it's also calculated in the same format where the score is usually expressed as a percentage. So at the end of the month, we now say, okay, um, we had a 0 to 5 scale, and 80 people have are satisfied and just 20 are not satisfied, right? And so when you have that calculation as well, it's also easy for you to retarget those people that were not satisfied reach out to them, ask them the problems, ask if you can make it better for them, if you can change it for them, anything that you can do to make them happy and make them loyal customers. And that's the best thing. That's a very good thing about support, because when you're able to get the people that were not happy and make them happy, that's the fastest way to make them your loyal customers, right? So the CSAT is basically used to calculate the satisfaction of the product. The MPS is used to calculate the satisfaction of the brand, while the feedback form or the post the surveys are used to calculate the satisfaction of the support agent. I hope that is clear. Please, if there's any questions, if anything you don't understand from what I just explained, just let me know. Okay. So let's talk about strategies for increasing customer loyalty. Okay. So there are different strategies. Customer loyalty is very important, because when you have a loyal customer base, they don't just come back to buy, they also talk to other people, right? So to increase customer loyalty, businesses need to adopt a comprehensive approach that nurtures long-term relationships by consistently delivering value, consistently giving help, convenience, even emotional connection. The beginning of this our classes, we have talked about emotional intelligence and emotional connection. So I'll give you some points, quick points that you can just jot down, that are strategies for you to retain or to get good customer loyalty and experience. So number one, rewards. Okay, so you give them rewards that are based on individual preferences or based on purchase history and also behavior, right? When customers feel like you recognize them out of all the people that work with you or you work for, it makes them feel special. It makes them want to talk to other people about you. It also makes them want to come back, right? So personalization is something that, in fact, it gives you 95% of comeback, because you have a lot of competitors. And most of the time, the reason why people come back to you is because of personalized experiences. There was a survey last year, and 95 people said that the reason they buy from a particular brand is because of personalized experience. That's why sometimes when you go to maybe barb your hair, barbing your hair in so many places all your life, and then you go to a particular place, and once you come, there's like they start dancing for you, right? Or they give you a glass of wine, just something that's different from the others that makes you feel special, right? That's a very good way of maintaining customer loyalty. Number two, it is the most important. You have to provide exceptional and proactive and excellent customer service. Number three, loyalty programs, right? So maybe when you talk to the person, you're like, "Thank you so much, ma." Maybe this is the second time or the third time you talk to her, and you're like, thank you for your continuously using the brand. We have a loyalty program where if you buy two, you get one free. Just anything. It can be a discount, it can be exclusive access, it can be benefits, whatever it might be. It just has to be a loyalty program. It's another way of attracting people. So I think a typical example are loyalty cards. So loyalty card is a card where there are scratches, right? So the first five scratches are for the person has to pay, and then maybe the sixth one is free. So let's say you work for a brand that sells cakes, right? And so someone messaged you and she's like, "Oh, I had issues. I didn't get the right flavor," right? You can offer her a loyalty card. You can tell her, "Okay, we're going to give you the right flavor free of charge, or we're going to give you the right flavor and you can still keep that one." Just anything that will calm them down and make them happy, right? So that's loyalty programs and always give real value. Then data analytics. it's important to track your data so that you can see people that are not happy and reach out to them and know, because emotional connection is another important way to foster um, your customer loyalty. So personalization, excellent customer service, loyalty programs, emotional connection, clear communication are the main strategies that you can take to build a what's it called, to build a loyal customer base, right? So I think we're down to the end of our class. Let's quickly talk about creating a positive customer experience before I let you go. So, creating a positive customer experience basically means that the experience that the customers have after making a purchase is good, or they're happy. They you have been able to build trust. You're able to give them satisfaction and also their loyalty after transaction. Okay, so number one way to create positive customer experience, number one is by delivering clear and timely communication. So when the order is confirmed, you come and tell them order confirmed. You write this immediately after you've confirmed it. If it's a shipping issue and you've solved it, you tell her, I've been able to solve it. I've been able to log into your DNS. I've been able to clear out your log. I've been able to reformat your computer. I've been able to clear out your hard drive. Anything it is you're helping them do, you need to let them know in real time that you're doing it, or that you've done it, or you're in the process of doing it. Okay. Another thing is proper communication and explanation, step by step, even if it's something that sounds like a grammar or German to the client, you try your best to break it down into layman term for them to understand. That's another way to give them very good support. Some companies have like pre-recorded videos. That's another good way, and you just send them a link to the video so they can go and watch the video, and it's tailored. Okay. Then help them to do self-service as much as possible. So self-service is doing it themselves. The thing you do yourself, it sticks with you better than when someone else is doing it. Okay. So you can help them set up chatbots. You can help them set up automation messages. You can help them set up anything you know that this is not really something so big to message support, but the person might not know that, right? So you try to explain to them that, okay, to solve this problem in the future, this and this and this is what you have to do. Okay. Then customer feedback on every conversation is very important. You ask them, how did I do? Are you satisfied? Do you need something else? Very important as well to ask if they need something else. Okay. Then always say thank you. Always send the loyalty points or the rewards. Like I said, if there's anyone available in the company, make sure your tone, your quality, your responsiveness is not showing that you are irritated or you are frustrated with the client, even if you are. And finally, at the end of the day, tell them to talk to you about their friends, right? And these steps will really help you to create a positive customer experience. I'm sure you've come across this in your certifications, but if you need the notes or the slides, just let me know and I will happily make it available to you. So I think we're down to the end of our class. We spent about 40 minutes and it is a really good class. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you have any questions, like I said, please let me know. So your assignment, I've already given it. So let's do that. Sorry. So let's try and get our assignments done, our projects done, and I will see you at the end of the week in the accountability class. Bye.